Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at KTALnews.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces, and we have your Wednesday forecast update as we are looking at what will be a pleasant day today. No doubt about it. Yesterday's forecast was just what we call a bust. We were expecting to run up around 60 degrees or so, but the clouds, the fog held on all day yesterday. We had what was called a temperature inversion above us, so it was cold at the surface, kind of trapping that fog down here where we live, and then up above us we did have some warmer air, and that doesn't allow the atmosphere to kind of overturn. It just means a stagnant day, and we just couldn't break through the fog, so we wound up close to 50 degrees. There's actually a little front coming through today that will kind of wipe out that temperature inversion, so the sun will be back today. We will wind up above 60 in most locations, so it will be a pleasant Wednesday for us. We have our next cold front on the way this weekend. It may be a drier front here. We just have a slight chance of rain Saturday night into Sunday, and it's looking more promising that we'll see some rain with a front early next week, so our temperatures are going to be bouncing up and down for the next week or so. Your temperatures today will start out in the 40s. It's not quite as cold this morning, but you'll definitely still want a jacket for any early day plans here. And then we'll wind up in the low to mid 60s with the sun out this afternoon. As far as the fog this morning, you can see the numbers are a lot better than yesterday, but we are seeing some fog down towards Sabine and Natchitoches parishes, and probably a little fog setting up on I-20 between Shreveport and Marshall as well. The temperatures here in the 40s for the most part, but north of I-30, that cold air is kind of trapped in the valleys there in Arkansas, so we are down to 33 in DeQueen, and over in Oklahoma 37 for Idabel. Wind is still out of the south, so that will keep us running the dew point a little higher today, so there will be some dew on the car this morning and maybe a little bit of ice or frost in the northern Arklatex here. And you can see that front I mentioned. It will bring a few scattered clouds above us this morning, but once that front rolls through, it will kind of clear us out today. So look at your Robin's-Hood Futurecast does show that just kind of mix of clouds and sunshine here through the morning, but we'll likely see the clouds dissipate pretty quickly as we go through the afternoon. There's actually anticipate seeing those mostly sunny conditions for us later today, and it will be a pretty cold night. I think we'll be back in the 30s tonight, so those of you that live in the northern Arklatex here from Clarksville to north of Texarkana towards Ashdown, anybody north of I-30 may want to cover up the plants tonight, as we could see a brief freeze there, but the temperatures looking pleasant today. We'll wind up in the 60s this afternoon, and there's a look at the temperatures tonight, which will fall, but below freezing for maybe an hour or two. Some spots of Texas, Oklahoma, as well as Arkansas. So a little colder to start out the morning tomorrow, and we'll wind up in the 60s again for your Thursday, and Friday will be closer to 70 degrees, and the 7-day rainfall map does highlight the potential to see some decent rain south of I-20. I would say most of that's going to come through early next week. We'll take a look at our weekend cold front here, which does bring a few clouds on Saturday. Saturday, pretty mild day. I'm expecting we'll likely be in the 60s for most of the day Saturday, and there's a little bit of rain trying to pop up with the front. That would be Saturday night into Sunday morning, but the bottom line here, it does not look like we're going to see much daytime rain. So outdoor plans, they do look a little better on Saturday given the nicer temperatures here. Sunday will be kind of a breezy and colder day as we'll drop back into the 40s and 50s there. We do have some cool weather next week, but not quite cold enough for any winter weather, but there is the likelihood of seeing some rain next Tuesday and Wednesday, and temperatures probably rebound late next week. By the end of next week, we could be back in the 60s and low 70s.